Hello everyone, I'm Moryakhin Sergey, driving instructor 62. Today there will be such a small, short video. I will answer to several questions that are on the same topic: why we do not always fit into a turn, and what does it mean when we don't fit into a turn? That is, it turns out like this: that sometimes when turning right from the extreme right position, we also have to get to the extreme right position. But novice drivers have a mistake in that they do not fall into the extreme right position, but can get to the side of the road, hit a parked car, touch the curb with the rear wheel, or at the end of a turn to fly to the fence on the curb, and either on the contrary to get into the middle ice, or even jump out to the oncoming lane. Also, when turning left, when we do not fit into our turn, that is, when leaving the intersection, we do not get into the same direction, but get into the oncoming lane, or we find ourselves on the side of the road on a pedestrian path. Why is all this happening? But look, the main trouble is in this. This is our speed of the machine. That is the car's speed when entering a turn. A turn begins when we start turning the wheel. For a typical 90-degree turn, the speed should be lower for sharper turns. More specifically, it shouldn't exceed 20 kilometers per h. These guidelines are for wet or winter roads to help you adapt to winter driving. Experienced drivers might do it at 30 kilometers per h or even 35, but beginners shouldn't. So before turning the wheel, your speed should be around 20 kilometers per h, preferably not more. This is crucial. When entering a turn at this speed, if you turn slightly early or late, because the car is moving slowly and responds slowly to steering, you'll have time to correct mistakes. If the speed is higher, then if we can't make the turn, or there's a high chance we won't fit, then when turning left, what we need to do is find the wheel's turning point. We also need to slow down to 20 before turning and look ahead to see where we're going. Right turns vary. If it's not 90 degrees, but 110, 120, or 130, we can go 25 or 30 kilometers per h, but sometimes it's almost a U-turn, so 20 is too fast. Again, I'm giving an average for a typical 90-degree turn, and they're all like that. So before turning right, we also look where we're going to figure out the whole situation. Plus, we can immediately see any prohibitory signs, traffic jams, crosswalks, and so on and so forth. When turning right, we always take the far right position. Well, almost always, if there are no signs saying otherwise. So we'll have some object on our right. It could be a curb. It could be a parked car, roadside. Anything really. So we drive with straight wheels up to the point where this object goes straight. For example, if it's a curb, that is, the curb goes straight, we drive straight. As soon as the curb starts to curve, we start turning the wheel there. Look, we have a turn here. See the curve. Now, as it starts to curve, we curve with it. In this mirror, we can see the exact distance to the curb, and the same thing when turning the wheel. Here, the turn is gentle. We turn the wheel slightly. The curb curves. We curve with it. Let's take another look. We're driving right, checking our sights. See, the curb's veering off, so we're turning with it. In the mirror, we can see exactly how far we are from the curb. Remember, don't fixate on one spot. Keep your eyes on where you're going, but also watch your speed. Stay under 20. Sometimes you'll hit an uncontrolled intersection. You might need to let someone on the left pass. Stay alert there too. To make the right turn, here's how it goes. The curb begins to curve, and that's when we start turning the steering wheel. Only then do we look to the side. If we don't make such a turn but look to the side immediately, we won't notice that we've already made the turn and will continue driving straight ahead. Consequently, we won't fit into the far right lane, and these are the basic things. Yes, the issue is that the car's speed is too high during the turn, not the gears. For those driving a manual transmission, keep in mind that just switching to second gear while your speed was 40 will result in slight engine braking, and you'll be down to 35, which might still not be slow enough. Thus, we decrease the car's speed by pressing the brake. We press the brake so that our speed does not exceed 20 kilometers per hour. Despite changing gears here, the speed of our car practically remains the same. Let me explain again. The main factor is speed. If the error is too large and we don't identify the wheel's turning point, meaning we don't look where we're turning, which is crucial. There are a few other nuances too. For instance, when entering a turn at the very end, people start straightening the wheels too late. So it looks like this. We seem to be, all right, we're making the turn. We've got a 90-degree turn here. We're fitting into it nice and easy. Now we need to go straight, but the student's turning the wheel back too late. We're heading for the curb. If we accelerate now, we might not straighten out in time. To avoid this, slow down to about 20 before the turn. Maintain that speed through the turn. If you don't give it any gas, you'll keep slowing down. So give it a tiny bit of gas to maintain speed. Don't accelerate until you've stabilized and are in the right lane. Okay, let's make another right turn. First, we start braking. We're at 40, so brake to slow down to 20. Watch for the curb to start turning. There's a pole here too. Slowly start turning. Don't hit the gas yet. Fit into the turn, straighten the wheels, then accelerate. So as you enter the turn, see, you're in your lane now. Yes, where you want to go. Wheels aligned, hood straight. Just do this. After accelerating, when you've made hundreds of turns, you're almost out. Like, as you start turning the wheel, you'll feel the car's size better. You'll gradually speed up like everyone does. But for now, if turns are tricky and you're not fitting well, don't gas it. Don't speed up until you've straightened your wheels. Also, same goes for steering. Don't turn too sharply. Try to keep your hands relaxed. Turn it smoothly. If you slow down to about 20, you don't need any sudden moves. Start turning calmly and you'll be looking towards the turn. You'll know if you're fitting or not. Yes, watch your speed, high speed, sure, but we realize we're going the wrong way. There's some traffic ahead. Gotta make sharp turns if the road's slippery. Could skid, front or rear axle drift. Nothing good, so these are key points we need to follow to always nail turns. Let's recap. Speed's crucial. For a 90 degrees turn, no more than 20 kilometers per h. Always look before turning the wheel. Doesn't matter left or right. Don't accelerate in or after the turn until we stabilize the car. Keep hands relaxed as we steer. Stay calm, don't get nervous. These are the main points. Also, remember the wheel turning point. For right turns, wait for the curb or parked cars to pass before starting the turn. That's all for today. Hope it was clear. Answered subscribers' question in detail. Subscribe to the channel for more interesting content. See you next time.